Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from anywhere you are watching from, and I am excited to bring to your presence or to your interest this wonderful design created on my phone using Pixel app. My name is Ayomide Idris, known as or otherwise known as AY Magic. So I'll be walking you through the process of creating this stunning design. Alright, so the first thing you need to do hmm, is to use your grade, because grading is going to be very useful in this what is it called now, in this design, because you don't want to make mistakes and you want everything to be perfectly aligned. If not, you will cast. Alright, so you are going to tap on this guy, and then the number is 13 by 13, is square. You understand? So using 13 by 13, let me put it in do not disturb so we can actually, yeah, that is it. Now, if you don't want it to interfere with your design, like touching it right now and this, and then you just tap. There is a in this what is it called now? You just tap on this guy. Where is it now? Tap on this guy so that it will go away. It will not interfere with your design, and then you're going to tap on this guy right here, this one, so that what you are doing will be very okay. Let me show you what I mean. Alright, so I'm tapping on the, and I'm tapping on this guy. So now let me hide this guy. It's not going to interfere with my design now. Can you see? The grading are not going to be interfering with my design. Now let me hide it. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is to create the background, of course. Okay, let me just put it at the side. I don't want to remove it, so because it's going to be very useful. Alright, so the next thing you need to do is to create a big square. So now why we put it in this is it like magnet mode, is that it will give you how do I say it now, if you are moving it. Okay, don't worry, let me show you what I mean. Sorry, if you are moving it, you see now it's going to be very okay. So this is why this is very useful. You understand now? So we are going to be putting it. This is not really, I'm not getting what I want. Alright, so let me create it again, and then so I'm going to shift this guy up until, okay, let me just use this guy again. So I'm going to shift it to this side now. So it has how do I say it now? It has covered half of the page. Now I'm going to be using gradients to show depth. Sorry, to show depth. I don't know if you get what I mean. To show depth, and then because gradient is a very important stuff. No, this will be my gradient. I've used the one I did before, but let's do it again so we can actually get it. So now I'm going to be using this guy. You understand now? I'm going to be using this guy. For this guy, if we're going to pick our color, I thought I've showed you how to pick colors. So now this, I'm going to be using this color here. Can you see now? So that is it for that. For this other color, I'm going to be tapping on this guy right here. Tapping on this guy, and then going for this lighter color here. Can you see now? So we are good to go. So that is how the color for this one is. So do you understand now? So let's move this guy to the front. Now we are going to create for the second part also. Now let's go to our shape again. So we are going to the shapes now, and then we are going to be moving it like this. and like this. Do you understand now? So it has, this one also will cover another part. The color for this one, we are also using gradient, so let's just make it snappy. So now this is how it's done. For this color, you go to this side, you pick from this guy right here. Can you see? This is the guy. We are picking from this guy. Then for this other color, we are also picking from this one. So this is how to pick color from a design. If you want to color copy, if you don't want to color, if you don't want to copy color codes and the rest. Okay, so now that is how it's done. Let me remove the grid. Can you see how it is now? So let's get it done. The next thing, let me also add this guy to the top. Okay, so the next thing to do is to import another shape. This is where, so let me lock this guy so they won't interfere with our designs because they are ready. Yeah. So now this is the shape we are going to be, sorry, this is the shape we are going to be using. This guy right here, this guy. Oh fuck. Yeah, we are going to be using, let me take it away. We are going to be using this guy. Can you see now? So first thing you need to do is to make sure that it is in the center. Something like this. Do you understand? Make sure that it is in the center of what you are doing. So you have a very wonderful design. Let me move it a bit, even the size too. Yeah. So now it is in the center. Can you see now? It is in the center. So let's go and copy the color code. Sorry. Let's edit it again and change the color to gradient. Now for this color we are going to be using this color. So for the bottom color, let's go and change, for the bottom, let's go and change the color and let's go and pick color from this guy. So we are picking this guy here because it's kind of darker, you understand? So for this other guy, we are going to be using this color, the one we are going to pick from here too. Can you see what you are getting now? This is how it's going to be. You see now, this is how it's going to be. So now the next thing is to get squares, rectangles. Now let me go to my shape again once more, and then I'm going to be moving this guy. You see now, I'm going to be moving it up until this size. Okay, let's move it down to this guy right here, and then move. So you make sure that it touches the edge of that guy. But if it's not working here because there are stuffs on it, you can just use your hand. You can remove this guy so you can be able to do it more properly. So now what you are going to be doing is you are going to move this one, you're going to move it to the bottom. So you are going to use your position, you understand, you're going to use your position to see whether it is aligned properly. I don't think it is. So now let's move it again. So I believe it is aligned now. Do you understand? Just that the only problem is that it is not really up to the other part. But let's let's move it. Don't let me use from this side. This is not going to work. So let me just use my hand to move it. Let me remove this grid. I'm going to use my hand to move it manual, or let me use this. Let's use position, so we'll get what we want to get. See now, I think it's already at the center, and then you bring it to the bottom now. So it hasn't quite reached this guy here, so you can still move it with your hand. Pixel Lab does not have automatic, what is it called now? I believe it's okay like this. Then all you need to do is just to copy this guy also and then place it and then bring all this one also to the bottom. You understand? So let's move this guy also to so this is how both of them are going to, okay, no, this one is overlapping this guy. So let's move this one to the side a bit. So now this is what we are going to be getting. So now let's go and add our colors to them. You can actually use the color from this guy, from this place. It's also it's the same thing as that other person, that other guy. So let's go and pick our color. For this, I think this is going to be using this side first. For this side, we're going to be using. I hope you are following it because I want it to be fast. That is why. Okay, this is not even using just one color, but let's just use gradient. I don't want to go back to the guy this thing again. So let's just use it like this. Aha. So this other one also, you are going to. This one is using gradient, so be very um be very very. Oh no, no. This is gradient, not. This is gradient, yes. So what you are going to be using is this other one again. So for this side, it's kind of darker than the other side. That one is kind of lighter. So this is the color for this side, and then the other one is kind of yellowish, like a very bright yellow color. Alrighty. So now be very informed now. I can say what you so you can create so many things with what is it called again, with what is this guy called, with shapes and colors if you know how to use them perfectly. So now the next thing you need to do is to copy this guy, the one we use for backgrounds. So this that you can copy from this guy using this shape. So now we have copied it. Now we are going to put it where the other guy is going to be. Let me try to move it. It's not quite working, so let's use our position to. Okay, it's not yet on it. Okay, just one more. So now what you need to do is to move it to the bottom. Look at this part very carefully. So you're going to make sure that it overlaps a bit. Can you see now? And then you go to your. How many minutes are we in? Okay, so it's almost done. And then we go to your perspective, and then you remove this guy a bit downwards. So now that is it. You understand? So copy this guy also. You can copy from this guy as I said, and then repeat the same procedure. You understand? So first you make sure that it's at the same length so that your work will be realistic. You understand? So make sure that it's in the same length with it. So if you pay attention to all these key details, and then we are also going to be using perspective also. Okay, let me move it again first. So let's use our perspective. So I can now take it back to that side. You can see what I'm doing now. I'm just moving it a bit downwards so you can have that kind of effect on it. And it will still look like the way it's supposed to be. It should still maintain the color. So let me remove this guy. So basically you have gotten your what is it called now? Let me hide this guy for a bit. So basically you have gotten your illusion now. You are creating an illusion for the design, and you've gotten it. You know, so if you don't like the depth already, you can still use your perspective button to move it a bit. Just make sure that you don't overdo. You understand? Just make sure that you don't overdo, then you put it back to where it's supposed to be. This is very easy to do. You just need to be creative. I did all this in Pixel Lab, you understand? So let's go and reduce this also. You make sure that it is even so that you not get one side that is too slopey and the other that is not. So let's move this guy a bit. So let's move this guy also. So now you have gotten your illusion. Then the next thing is to import your work. So let me, assuming I just imported it now. Okay, let me just tap on it and then move it to the front because this stuff is not working to the front. Where is it? So okay, so it's now at the front. Can you see now? So what you need to do is just to move it down these last two layers. Do you understand? Can you see now? You just move it down two of these layers now, and then look at how it turns out. You understand? So let's increase it a bit. Let's increase it a bit. So now looking at this guy right here, you can see that this place is not really aligned. So that is the work of a graphic designer. So let's make sure it is aligned now, so that they won't see through your work. You understand? Sorry. Where is that guy that went to the back? So they won't see through your work. So now let me increase it now and then use this guy to move it. So that is the work of a graphic designer. So you don't, oh sorry. So you don't see people that can't create this and telling you that you don't know how to do anything, that they are seeing mistakes on it. You understand? So let's check the other side. Whether we have the same, yeah, we have the same thing for the other side. So let's move that one also. Where is it? So I'm going to be removing it. So that is the work of a graphic designer. It won't be nice when a client is pointing this fact out to you. You understand? So let's reduce this a bit. So this is what you just need to do. Then you add your text and and anything else you want to put. And also there's another thing, your shadow. You just need to copy this guy, then make it a solid color. This is very simple. Then you turn it to, can you see now? You turn it to black, and then you bring it to this guy also here. So you move it a couple layers down. Why is this guy not moving? Okay. So you move it a couple layers down, and then here you go. Can you see now? Can you see now? You can just add a little bit of shadow to the side, so it will look, no? Let's reduce the blur radius. So um it looks better this way. Sorry, let's move it. So now look, you have gotten what you want to do, and then this is what we have been creating since morning. The illusion we are trying to create with colors and shape. So it is not the software but the person behind it. You understand? This can be done on Photoshop, and this can also be done on CorelDRAW, and this is also done on our phone. Do you understand now? Do you understand? So this is as simple as ABC. If you know how to go with, you know what I mean. If you know how to use it, you are going to be very, very pleased with yourself. So now the only thing is the ignite passion and the other text that comes with it, and then the other bottles at the side, which you can also get by blurring the image this perfume bottle used. But unfortunately you can't really get it done on Pixel Lab. You understand? You can't get it done on Pixel Lab, but you could use other softwares to blur your images and then bring it back to add it as an effect on your design. So the next thing now is a text, which I'm not going to be doing because the time is already very, very exhausted. So thank you for your time, thank you for your patience, thank you for the love. You understand? So I hope with this now you could actually easily replicate the design. Thank you. God bless you.